we are taking a week's break and we are coming back. If you have missed us last week, so we took a small break. What happened during that 2 weeks, Notil?
Lot of things, Kalinga. So our beloved Tesla has changed the name.
Yeah. Now it's not Tesla Motors anymore, it's Tesla Inc.
Yeah.
I think Apple did this some time back as well.
Yeah,
it used to be Apple Computers and then they changed it to just Apple. So that basically means they are moving away from cars and moving into other things.
Yeah. Since they have bought the Sun City and the partnership and everything, I think they are more into the battery and all the energy business now.
So they are partnering up with Panasonic. They are building up a big plant.
I think, Kalinga, we have told this before, but that battery technology needs to be invested in, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a huge bottleneck for us right now.
Yeah, I even recently, yesterday was it? Yeah, yesterday there was a small part and everyone was talking about how they got there because it was at a hard to find place. So everyone is using Google Maps to get there. And one guy was said, my battery just died as soon as I reached here, and he was like saying, look, a lot of things came up, but the battery technology is still, I think, still in the 80s.
Take Android phones or iPhones. All these phones have somewhat of battery issues. I mean, time to time, right? I've seen people reporting about the new iPhones having these battery issues. I mean, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah. So I remember, I mean, when we had this Gadol Baga time of the day, when we had a mobile phone, we used to carry 2 or 3 batteries just to last the day.
Yeah.
I think it's come to a point now because we can't carry a battery anymore because most of the phones are sealed.
Yeah.
Now we carry this, what do you call this?
Battery
power
packs.
banks. So you can't even survive a day anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, there has been a lot of research going around trying to figure out how to improve this battery.
Yeah. Other thing is with the new processors and new GPUs in the phones, it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, so what's happening is everything else is evolving, improving faster, but batteries are still in the late 80s.
Yeah, but the companies are trying bleeding edge stuff, and that's what happened to the Note 7, right?
Yeah. So basically what they are trying to do is they try to get the most out of the existing old technologies. So for example, lithium polymer is like basically dynamite.
Yeah.
If you don't...
you have to insulate it, right?
You have to control the temperature, you have to make sure you charge it properly, you can't overcharge it. If there's any physical damages to it, it will explode in most cases. If you are really into this, quadcopters, if you're into this, remote cars and all that, you know that you have to be really careful about those batteries. There are even fireproof pouches built for them. So when you're transporting...
Even for E6 Kalinga, they have this plastic casing for your 1860 batteries.
Yeah, if you're still lucky to have a Note 7, I think one of those pouches will help you. Because one of the, I always think that we put our trust too much in technology because we put our phone to charge, goes to sleep, and we expect all those electronic equipment to, make sure the battery don't get overcharged, there's no fire. So
most of the time, Kalinga, the chargers are also plugged into these multi-plug boxes. That's another story, another level of dangerous.
So basically, that's one of the reasons I always tell people not to buy cheap chargers. Make sure you buy a genuine charger because those things...
Because the battery will drain power and it will heat, right? It will heat, the plug will heat up really, the heat will be enormous and it will tend to get inflamed.
Yeah, it'll, because especially those multi-plugs, you have to be really careful because they are not built up to standard. Luckily, though, recently Sri Lanka kind of came up to this standard square pin plug base saying this is it. At least that's a good move, I think, because when you compare with other countries, how easy it is for you to plug into a multi-plug and at the single plug-in that makes sure that the device, it never does, right? You have to, wiggle it, jiggle it a little, put something here and there.
You have to find the sweet spot.
Exactly. So this is because the standardization hasn't come through. I don't think there's any quality control or standardization in terms of this multi-plugs, extension codes. It's really difficult to even find a good one. So
Kalinga, last year the FBI wanted to hack an iPhone.
Yeah.
So they have asked Apple to release a tool to do this because say you find some iPhones from a criminal or a
Yeah.
fugitive and you want to access their data.
Yeah.
But what Apple said was if this software get into someone's hands, then it will be a disaster.
Yeah.
So after that, FBI didn't stop and they went to Israel and find a team to build their own tool.
Yeah.
And they have done it. But now,
It's available for everyone.
yeah, last week the company got hacked and everyone has that tool now. So Apple has predicted this and they said no, but it happened.
Yeah, so basically, I think when it comes to security, iPhone, this iCloud lock and all has been in terms of comparing with other phone, it has been a really great feature. Even
Yeah,
if you,
yeah.
so it has been
This
like,
this hack is also calling a phone only for I think iPhone 5 and older ones. So
Yeah.
with new Touch ID locking, I think it's still hard to hack.
yeah, and,
But it's anything is hackable, right?
yeah, nothing. I mean, that's what I keep on saying. If you have something in a device, it's not safe.
Yeah.
You can put it on a safe. Safes can be hacked. So data is not safe anymore from hackers. If they want to gain access to it, I mean, they'll trick you into doing a lot of things.
Yeah. What
I think-
Apple was suggesting is was that so if they build the tool, then anyone can. It will be released to the internet eventually.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to do it, but see how it
So
ended up.
this has been going on for a long time. There has been TrueCrypt, which has been open source software where you can encrypt data, right? It has
Yeah.
been open source. You can encrypt your drives. So even if FBI was going after them, say, look, put us a backdoor.
Yeah.
So it's actually, I think in terms of security, they're actually weakening the system where you can, third party can gain access to it as well. Right? That's what is happening with a lot of software, right? There's been a lot of backdoors on Windows and
Even for web apps like Gmail
yeah.
or any other web services. So governments want access to users' data, but providers are, I mean, somewhat reluctant to release it, but most of them have it, right?
So I mean, even if you have Gmail or whatever it is, if there has been a court order given in United States asking for that data, they are obligated to give it out.
Yeah.
Only thing is they publicly publish those information and say, look, this law enforcement agency asked for this data.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, like in terms of government accessing our data, I actually don't mind.
At least Calling Google has this place where you can like extract all your data and delete accounts, but most of the other services don't even have it.
Yeah. So Tilna, I think we are coming for the first break. Let's take a small break and see you after this.